Hello everyone, welcome back to Satoshi Snack. My name is Marco from Mind the Chart, and every day I host this market wrap up on cryptocurrency you don't want to miss. So subscribe to the channel and also follow us on Twitter because we are launching our crypto social media application. You can find the link down below. So let's jump into some news now. Bitcoin broke the mark of 56k resistance to move further into a positive zone. The next key resistance is near 57,000. Some altcoins were up more than 5%. STX, the YDX, 1MDX, DCR, AR, and MIOTA. So Bitcoin finished the week with an impressive 13%. However, most of the altcoins market has lagged behind Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's dominance over the overall cryptocurrency market cap has increased. It started the week with 42.39%. and now has risen to 45%. So there are a lot of fundamental factors that have pushed the price of Bitcoin from 40k to 55k in the past few weeks. Recent assurance from policymaker that US has no plans to follow China's steps toward banning the use of mining of cryptocurrency. The increased use of Lightning Network, which has been aided by the adoption of the El Salvador's Layer 2 payments and rising global inflation problems, and also the arrival of the ATF appears to be the main reasons why Bitcoin is increasing in power. We also have the CME jump to third place, at least as the largest Bitcoin futures exchange, rising with the premium on the CME contract futures and the open interest. That means that a lot of institutional demand for Bitcoin. 13 and 14 October, we have the World Blockchain Summit in Dubai. So one of the biggest in-person cryptocurrency events of the years will be held in Dubai. Key discussion topics for the conference include the Bitcoin ecosystem roadmap for the mass adoption, CBDC, and the NFTs markets. We also have XRP up 9% this week after the legal move made by the platform legal team during its ongoing 10-month legal battle with the SEC. Also, we have, although Tesla has suspended Bitcoin payment for its electric vehicles, the auction site, which lists high-end vehicles such as Tesla, now let you pay with Bitcoin. So you can still buy Tesla with Bitcoin if you're interested. Then we have the two best coins to watch from the 11th to the 17th October. So IOTX, which has its mainnet R-Fork on today, actually, and Stacks. YStacks, Alex Testnet, and Arcadico launch AMA this week. So it's important to watch closely. And then we have some major updates on Solana ecosystem. Solana is the Netflix of cryptocurrency, they said. Then 21 shares reaches a new milestone. Synthetify is live on Solana. Nexo adds support for Solana. And Phantom launches the update on Solana. And also we have a listing today on the Canadian exchange. But what about the price of Bitcoin we are seeing here? So on the weekly, there is nothing to see here. Actually, we have a lot of supply zone here with resistance. The next resistance we said is about 57k psychological, then we have 57,900 and then 59 and so on and so forth. But the fact is that on the weekly we actually went from an higher low to an higher high. So we know we are in higher high on the weekly. So the question here, where we can find our temporary top? Are we going to see a whole time high, or are we going go sideways for a while now? So let's see. The most important question for me is right now, once we receive the news of the ETF, will be a climax, as we saw with the IPO on Coinbase, that will mark a temporary top, or we will see continuation all-time high. And the point here is where we can actually get this, in which point we are on the chart once we get this news. Because if we get this news before we get to all-time high, I think there is a probability that we see a correction. If we get the news and we are still in all-time high, we are in blue sky breakout, in that case we might see continuation. So that's important and relevant to me to see where actually we will be once the news will be released. But anyway, now the weekly is not important as the daily, because on the daily we have this pattern here. We had this kind of a channel, rising channel. The last higher low is 46,800 ish, this one. Even though it's not enough pivot point, but we will use that in any case. So we have resistance up above, and now we are following this pattern. So on the 4-hour time frame, you see we are following this channel, and actually what I'm watching closely is the 6 EMA, the 12 EMA on the 6-hour, which held as support for a long time, ever since this move started. So once we lose the 12 EMA on the 6-hour time frame and we close below it, well, that's a point where I will look for a daily consolidation, and also I will go on the hourly time frame and I will enter on the first hourly RSI oversold, which will coincide with this 200 EMA on the hourly. That's the place where I want to place my order on the 30 RSI. Now we are actually on the 68, but yesterday we got close. So once we are going to set our daily higher low, I think will be on the first hourly RSI. But for now, bulls are in complete control, because if we don't lose the 4-hour time frame, bulls still in control. So yesterday we had this break of the 56, then we went back to retest the 26 EMA, and then V-shaped recovery on the 15 minutes, and then we recover the entire move. So Bitcoin is strong now because something is happening. Bitcoin knows something. The ETF is coming. There is this open interest in the CME futures increasing. So institutional investors are investing right now. But what I'm watching is actually the Bitcoin dominance as well, because Bitcoin dominance is telling me, all right, all the spotlight are on Bitcoin right now, not on altcoins. So people moved money from altcoins to move into Bitcoin. But we know that when Bitcoin goes sideways for a while, actually we see altcoins recover and get back some of the track. But first, I think we need to see a temporary top on Bitcoin, and then actually a daily higher low. And maybe if we're going sideways for a while, that will be the moment where the altcoins will catch up. But for now, on the daily, Bitcoin doesn't seem to want to stop here. So if we are going to set our top below 58,000, we will see actually for a temporary top probably. And maybe it will continue to rise until we get the ETF news. And the ETF news will be the temporary climax. And then we get a correction, and then the altcoins will catch up. That's what I think. So Bitcoin dominance right now is still on the monthly. What we have, we had this double bottom that held, and we had two choices here. Bitcoin dominance increasing because Bitcoin was dumping, but that's not the case. Or Bitcoin dominance increasing because Bitcoin was pumping, as it did before when we got the Tesla news, the Square news, and the PayPal news. So we know for sure that Bitcoin dominance increased for two reasons: Bitcoin pumping or Bitcoin dumping. But when it increased when Bitcoin is pumping, that means there is some kind of news or something important happening on Bitcoin. So now we are getting this monthly equilibrium that we will get along for, I think, a couple of months more. So we could stay in this pattern for a while. But fact is, when Bitcoin is dumping and Bitcoin dominance is rising, actually altcoins are losing a lot of more. And there is no way they are going to catch up. But in this manner here, we have Bitcoin dominance increasing. So with Bitcoin pumping, so that's mean when Bitcoins actually rest for a bit, altcoins can catch up pretty soon. So we will watch closely this pattern anyway, because you see, we had this 4-hour equilibrium here that broke bullish. So now we have this resistance that broke bullish. So we have now nothing more than 45.79 next. So that's pretty much it, guys. What we are watching is Bitcoin to try to break this channel one way or another. It seems it wants to continue upward, but we gotta be careful because if you enter here, we had a lot of wicks, upper wicks in the last week. So it might start a correction pretty soon if we don't get along above the 58,000. And once the daily correction starts, you want to be entering on the first hourly oversold. So that's it for today. We will watch closely also ADA Cardano because it has this equilibrium. They might break bullish. Ambox it has a lot of falling wedges here. Solana for the launch on the Canadian exchange today. Alice, it has a nice pattern here. Cody also looking for the daily higher low, and crypto.com into this pattern. So I will let you know. By the way, see you in the next time. Bye.